I
Oh
don't
yeah,
even think
yeah.
that's like I think that's a non-existent like Kage level.
Yeah, I think there's a different scaling now, and of course they don't necessarily talk about it in the Boruto series, so of course it's all fan made scaling. But we talk about Otsutsuki level.
Yeah.
Now I guess there's like a Jigen level. Are you above Jigen? Are you below Jigen? Then we just now I guess now we have to discuss Jira, or
Right.
some people even discuss Ishiki, but Ishiki is like unquantifiable though. Like Ishiki and Barrymore, people at this point we still don't even fully know if Jira has really surpassed Ishiki and Barrymore Naruto.
I think the Tenta, you can look at it like a battery pack, bro, because it's like it can be irrelevant if it needs to be and relevant when it needs to be. Because like when Jigen was running around, like he was still taking chakra from the Tentacles in order to like do Naruto and Sasuke dirty. He was like, yeah, let me get some of this chakra real quick.
And then
Yeah.
like the way that they took Himawari and the 10 or the nine tails and they made the nine tails like 3-4 times stronger. So it's all within writing. They can make these
Yeah,
entities
I think that's why I
stronger.
say like just think of it as like a battery pack, however strong it needs to be at the time.
Yeah, I also think of it as like a multiplier. Like for example, like hypothetically, like a Jinchuriki Naruto part 1 is not going to be as strong as like a Jinchuriki Madara if he became a 9-tailed Jinchuriki and we was in 10-tailed Jinchuriki. But it's like a multiplier. So hypothetically, in the future, we talked about a couple. I think in the last pod I talked about a possibility of Sarda getting like the 5 tails or something like that, the slug that heals.
But it doesn't seem like sorry to cut you off, but it doesn't seem like like when you're a Jinchuriki, it's multiplying. It would seem like it's just chakra stacked on top of chakra.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Because think about it, when Kurama was explaining it to Naruto how Baryon mode, he says, "I'm taking my chakra, I'm taking your chakra, and I'm pretty much shaving it together until there's no more."
Yeah.
So it's like it's Naruto's chakra and his chakra stacked together. He's using a 9-tails chakra on top of his chakra. That's what's making him extremely stronger.
True, but it all depends on the character though. Like for example, Naruto made the 9-tails transformative. Madara couldn't do that. Madara couldn't make like an actual 9-tails avatar, even though he had the actual 9-tails.
But Madara was never the 9-tails Jinchuriki though.
But even if he
had
was
the
a
9
regular,
tails under his control with the Mangekyo.
you could say the same thing for the previous 9-tails Jinchurikis as well. Like they never did what Naruto was able to do with the 9-tails. It is because it was Naruto.
That's true.
Yeah, and then none of them gained, well, except for if you want to say what's her name, Kushina, or I can't remember her name.
Yeah, like the grandmother.
One before Naruto's mom or whatever, but like none of them could come to like an agreement with the 9-tail. Yeah, there you go, Miso or whatever. Like Naruto, he gained that cooperation with the 9-tails, and he was able to enter in the chakra mode. Or when he stole the 9-tails chakra in the tug of war, that's how he was able to enter into KCM or whatever. Yeah. I don't think any of the other like his other predecessors ever got that far.
Yeah, but I still believe it's different for Naruto. Like for example, let's even just keep it with Naruto. Naruto in part 1, not in part 1, in part 2, let's say Naruto Shippuden. I think the 9-tails in Boruto is way stronger than that Naruto. I mean, than that 9-tails, just because Naruto got way stronger.
Yeah. I mean, they do get stronger. Look, they say I'm pretty sure it's canon. I'm saying,
I'm not saying they don't,
but like they get stronger as time goes by. It's LBs.
But my point was, it's just not a multiplier. It's not like Super Saiyan or some shit like that. Like where it's taking your base power and it's multiplying it by whatever.
I see what you mean. I see what you mean though. But I'm like, if you think about it with like Mamushi, I think because when you look at the 10 tails in the 4th grade Ninja World, like that motherfucker was just a mindless beast, right? So I'm thinking like that's probably maybe like a base level intelligence for a 10 tail.
So
you
maybe
mean
the war
Mamushi, yeah, in the war.
Nah,
yeah.
It changed. Like it had like different versions of itself or whatever.
I know. Yeah.
Okay, my bad. All right, my bad. I'm getting too technical. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but I'm saying like for the general consensus, it was still like a rampaging beast that just had a whole lot of power, you know, and it was just directing that wherever its anger or rampage was focused. So similar with Mamushi, like I think it's kind of the same where, you know, even though he's a clone of the 10 tails, he's still not, you know, he has that intelligence, he has that sentience that automatically differentiates. So the more he multiplies, he's probably reverting back to like his regular instincts, and that can be like going to what Kashikoji says, his behavior becomes simpler, and these are weaknesses we'll be able to exploit. So I don't know how, because I'm thinking about how they were able to
like a raging beast,
like what beast?
Like a raging beast, kind of like how Wolverine was supposed to be.
Yeah, Yeah, but I'm trying to think like how when they were fighting the Ten Tails, even though it was a rampaging beast, and for the most part, like its moves were simple. Granted, it did the little Ten Tail splinter thing that took out Neji to the afterlife, but like its moves were simple. It was powerful and strong. But you see
I
how
get what
much
you're
of a
saying.
problem it was. Yeah, so I'm like, I don't see how that can necessarily be a weakness. But that also correlates to like, I don't think it's just like, like just shoving aside like Ten Tails level. I just think it just differentiates like with how they're able to contain or control the power.
Yeah, for example, to be honest, I think the Shinjus are like the best example of Tail Beast still being relevant. Like you can kind of consider this as being like a Tail Beast arc. On the line, like it is the strongest Tail Beast we ever seen.
I mean, yeah, you got a point. Yeah,
because Hagoromo could have made Shinju instead of Tail Beast if he wanted to. Technically,
he was missing one ingredient though. He was missing.
That's with claw marks specifically. He could have probably made them without the claw marks.
Yeah. Oh yeah. True. Yeah. The claw marks was.
I mean, he low key did though, because if you think about it, the Tail Beasts are kind of sentient. They have decision making and etc. Kurama, he pretty much has consciousness and all that. So I mean, he pretty much did.
Yeah, you could argue that was like the better way, to be honest. Like if the Shinjus were really about to just up and do what they want to do and like F everybody else, I think that's kind of crazy.
The only thing is, it seems like they were more containable, like because they were more beast-like than the Shinju.
Where these guys seem intelligent, way more intelligent.
Yeah. Like they learned, like kind of like how Ultron, when he was born, he was like, "What is this? Like, where am I?"
Oh yeah.
Now, speaking of the Jinchuriki thing, we were just talking about how the Jinchuriki aren't necessarily anything. Now, I had this question like preloaded. It's been like a theme that Kashin Koji allows people to die for like the best things to happen in the series. Yes. I even was rewatching or rereading the series, and even my guy let Juro literally beat up Kawaki and didn't tell Boruto Juro was in the village before that. Like he just allowed Kawaki to beat up. But I was thinking, do you think it could be possible for Kashin Koji to allow Himawari to die if there is like a Nine-Tailed sliver in Boruto or Nine-Tailed chakra in Boruto?
As of right now, no, because he's still mentioning like he needs Shikamaru to keep her safe. But if an opportunity arises and he sees that future, yeah, she's off the chopping block, bro.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't think that's crazy for him. From just the way we see him move, like he was like, yeah, Yodo got to go, and Konohamaru was about to go, and he was like, that's mission complete, mission success. That was gonna be his mindset.
So, yeah, Boruto kind of screwed it. That would be kind of like the breaking point between him and Boruto. I see that though.
The nigga was sacrificed. If he was the person who needed to stay alive and not Boruto, I'm pretty sure he'd sacrifice Boruto a long time ago.
No, big facts.
He just keeps seeing Boruto and Himawari faces in the futures that are good. So he's like, all right, bump it. Y'all got to stay alive. We need Sarada's Mangekyo. We need this. We need that. Like, that's the only reason.
Damn, that is crazy. Y'all said though, I think if there is like a fallout between Boruto and Kashin Koji, it would be some where like Kashin Koji allows like one of Boruto's close friends to die for the betterment of the mission.
Yeah,
I mean, you've seen that with Konohamaru, how he kind of stopped trusting or like he went against Kashin Koji's plan just to save his friend.
To be honest, I ain't gonna. I'm on Kashin Koji's side right there.
Facts.
He was. I don't think he was trying to help the plot. He was trying to help the Boruto viewers. He was trying to save us from our misery. Let's be honest.